Hello, this is Kerri from RazorSharpCrafts.com, and this is going to be part 2 of my Graphic 45 Old Curiosity Shop mini album. Excuse me. This one might be kind of short because I think I'm only going to get the front side of the first page done in this video. I have everything prepped for it so we can just kind of fly through it. So let's get started. These videos are being made for minialbumscraps.ning.com. It's a site where you can join, and it's free to swap and free to join, free to swap. So check it out. There's lots of great people there, lots of great crafting, awesome things that you get from swapping. It's a great place to be. So if you're not already over there, go check it out. They also, I believe, we're still doing pre-orders for the new Graphic 45 Steampunk Spells and Bohemian Bazaar. So if you're interested in purchasing them, head over to the site, and all the information on how to order is on the homepage. You could check that out and place your order that way. But I am using, for this one, it's Graphic 45 because I absolutely love Graphic 45. And I'm using the Old Curiosity Shop. Some beautiful papers in here. And this is what we're using. Like I said in the last video, I do my cover last, which will probably be a lot of fussy cutting out of the papers, but I haven't decided yet. So, and I said this was going to be short, but you know what? It might not be because I forgot to ink my edges. Alright, I'm going to go with the standard 1/2 inch rounding on the corners because it's kind of a, like I say, it's a standard. It's kind of something that everyone has. So, oh, see, that's a little tight. So, if you have problems squeezing stuff hard, you may want to have done this before you put all those layers together. And what do I want to use for inking the edges? Let's take one more look at the paper. I'm looking at what it's got all in there, and I'm thinking just some good old vintage photo will be a good way to go. Now I just gotta find it. I forgot I wanted to ink my edges, so you'll have to at least watch me do this one. I'll try to get the other ones done off camera, so you don't have to sit here and watch me ink edges, because everybody knows how to ink edges. Well, I think everybody knows how to ink edges, so maybe it's a good thing I'm showing it, because there may be a beginner out there that doesn't know. So it was very wrong of me to say that, and I'm sorry. I'm just digging through. There she is. Trying to find my vintage photo. And you know what? I have not used my black soot in forever, and I took this off of this, and that's what it did in my finger. It's like, it should have been dry. I don't get it. I really need to get some new pads. Look at that. It's pretty tore up. And we are going to use Vintage Photo. Just a nice dark brown. I would use old paper, but I don't think that's going to be dark enough. You need something that's darker than your craft. Oh, sorry. I was doing it in my lap. And what I do is I just ink and I drag it across. I drag and drag and drag until all your, everything's covered. And you're going to want to do it on both sides. I'll show you what I mean by that in case you don't know. Like I've said in the comments of the first video I made of the how to make these pages and how to make the binding that we're using, I'll put a link in the bottom to that in case you missed it. But people have commented about how they love the every little tiny step. And I want it to be like that because I want anybody of any crafting level to be able to just watch this video and create a mini album like this. And they don't have to use Old Curiosity Shop, G45. You can use any paper you want. I'm just mainly wanting to share the structure, the how I make it. And see, I flipped it over. I got that side all done. And so I flipped it over and I'm doing this side because you always want just a little bit of your edge colored. And then you also want to maybe go like this across your edges, your sides, just to make sure that that cereal board or chipboard or whatever you used in the middle is nice and blended in. And I like making the bigger mini albums. I've made a few of the paper bag albums and the little mini albums. And I'm just like, well, I made big paper bag albums, like really big ones when I made them. I made big old gatefold ones. I think it was Laura Dennison from Following the Paper Trail that I copied when I made that. Well, that I followed. I shouldn't say I copied, followed, however you word it. I just followed her little video that she had. So anyway, so I made a big one of those, but I'm not a big person at cropping photos. Sorry, I'm just doing the edges. I don't know, I just hate cutting photos. I mean, if it's something small on a big photo, I don't mind, but I just don't like to cut up my photos if I don't have to. So, like this album is going to hold a whole lot. I can't even tell you how many. I'd have to go back and look at my video of the album that we're copying to see how many pictures it was. I think I stated in there how many pictures it holds, but I don't remember, to be honest. It was a lot. I made it for my mom for, it was a memory album for her late husband that had passed away the year before. And she absolutely loved it. So it was definitely worth it. Okay. Now, what do we do? We'll hold off on that. We're going to put the pocket on. Now, I have already cut this to size and scored it, but what you'll need is 7 inches by 8 inches. Then, what you're going to do is let me zoom out a little bit. That's in. Okay. I think we're done shaking. I gotta figure out a new setup because this shakes a little too much. But anyways, okay, so on your 7-inch, this is 7 inches this way. Put it in your scoreboard so that it lines up to 7 inches. And then you're going to score it at 1/2. Let me get my scoreboard if I can. Hold on. 1 second. There we go. Alright. Let's zoom back down in. Alright, I think you can see there. See, it's at the 7. Score it at a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. And if it's easier for you to do it this way and score here, you just score it at the 6.5 inch line. Whichever one's easier for you. Some people don't like to score this close to this side. Okay, then you flip it to where it's on 8 inch line, and you're going to score it at a 1/2 inch in from each side. So at the 1/2 inch mark, and then at the 7.5 inch mark. So once again, on the 8 inch side, it goes to 8 inches, 1/2 inch in from both sides. Flip it to your 7 inch side and do a 1/2 inch in on one side or the other, doesn't matter. But as long as it's 1/2 inch in from just one side on the 7 inch side. So 7 inches, 1/2 inch on one side, 8 inches, 1/2 inch on both sides. I hope I got that through clear enough, because I confused myself a little bit. And if my husband was watching, he'd say, well, that's easy to do, because he's like that. Then, in any way that you like to chop your corners, see, you can see my score marks. You're going to take it on where your 2 score marks meet. Let's see, you can probably see it better on that side. Not really. But anyway, you can see it forms a little square right here and a little square right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut at a diagonal right through where they both cross. And we're going to cut that whole triangle off. So, what I do is I just line up. And you can use scissors, whichever is easiest for you. I'm just going to line it up like that, and a craft knife right through there. So see how where they came together? We just chopped it off and then took this at an angle with it. There. You do that to both sides. There's something on my ruler there. Okay. Paching. Done that. Now, you're just going to fold. Let's zoom back out now. That is in. I'll get this right eventually, people. Okay. Now you're just going to fold on all your score lines. Oops. Enforce it with a bone folder. Or reinforce it, enforce it, however you want to word it. Okay, so then you're going to have, like, it looks like this. Then we're going to put score tape on these. See how they're folded in? And then put the score tape on this side. And I'm going to go ahead and just use 1/4 inch. You can use any size you want. If you want to use 1/2 inch and cover the whole thing, you can. I just find that sometimes the 1/2 inch sometimes it's a little bit thicker than what your 1/2 inch is. And so it tends to go over the sides a little bit. 1/4 inch is more than enough to hold your pocket on. And I do it this way rather than just cutting a piece to size and gluing it down on the paper, because this creates a little bit of extra space in there. So you could put more photo mats if you would like. It doesn't make it so tight, and it also makes it where if you were to use like a score tape along the bottom and you put your photo mat in, sometimes it'll, because it doesn't ever dry, so sometimes it'll grab your photo mat and hold it in there. And this way it never, you get the extra security, the extra secure hold of score tape, but you don't have to worry about it holding your picture hostage. So then I just gotta remember what my measurements were. I know I wanted it 2 inches from in here. So that's 1. And I believe it was 1.25 inches from this, from here. Does that work right? Let me double check. I should have wrote this down. So that's 1 inch, it's 2 inches, yes. Okay, so, and I'm blocking y'all from seeing, look at that. So we're gonna attach it 1.25 inches away from the, what's going to be attached to the spine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a real faint pencil line. See, just a little pencil line, so I don't have to keep measuring and remeasuring. Because another thing I forgot to do, so I'm going to have to do, you're going to want some pattern paper here, because otherwise you're just going to have bare cardstock, and you don't want that. I try to do pattern paper like from one end to the other. But because there's going to be a huge pocket here, there's no point in wasting your pattern paper under it. But I need to cut I think that'll work. Need to cut a piece that'll fit in there. Alright, so that's 1.25 inches, so let's see if we can get, we can't get 1.5. Oh, I can get 1.5 because even though I've already cut that circle out, it's going to go under the pocket, so that little part that's missing is not going to matter. There. I need it at 1.5. Okay. So now that's 1.5. And it looks like, yes. So this is 1.5. There we go. See, now I'm trying to move in and I'm going away. Stop shaking, camera. Sorry, when I post this onto YouTube, it's got an editing feature that takes out the shake. Makes the quality a little less than what it should be, but at least it takes away the shake. Okay, so I just cut this at 1.25 by 6 3/4. And yes, I know it's going to cover up my line that I made, but you know what? I can actually see it just very faintly in the on the edges, so that'll work just fine, even though it's covering it up. So we're gonna adhere that down. And okay, for attaching pockets, I use, like attaching this to this, I use score tape. Attaching the pattern paper to decorate it, I just use my ATG gun. I like my score tape for the extra security of a good hold. And I'm just trying to kind of get it even on all sides. And there's a little bit of stickiness. So I'm going to take this thing, just kind of go like that. It's supposed to take away the stickiness. And again, this is the perfect crafting pouch. And I can't tell you where I got it. I won it from Laura Dennison's New Year's Eve scrap bash. So, and then I just I have a little brush. It's actually a sewing lint brush or whatever. But just brush away that powder left behind. There. Okay, now we can we attach our pocket now? Sorry, it's been a while since I've made one of these, so it's not a big deal if you make mistakes, but I like to not make mistakes. Oh, okay. Let's do this real quick. You want a little pull hole. So just kind of try to find the middle. I'm just going to eyeball it. And just do a half circle. And I find it actually really funny. My husband just got me this punch for my birthday, Christmas, something. Couldn't have been my birthday. Must have been Christmas. Was it Christmas? God, I feel horrible that I can't remember. Yeah, it was Christmas. Anywho. Today was the first I went to use it to prep something, and it wouldn't cut through this paper. This paper tray ink paper. I was like, what? See, it's an 1.5 inch circle, by the way. See, I had one and I broke it because I thought it would cut through chipboard. Well, it doesn't. Uh-oh. It's my face in there too. There we go. Alright, I got it lined up with my line. My line's really faint. So I just line it up. And adhere it down. And then we'll just probably should have done this edge too. Anyways, I went to cut through this paper tray ink paper to prep something, and it wouldn't cut through it. I was like, holy crap, he just bought this, and oh shoot, and it won't cut through it. So I'm just going to go ahead, we're going to be covering this, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. So I had to go get aluminum foil from the kitchen, because if you ever have a punch that's not working, take some aluminum foil and fold it up a couple of times, and just punch it a whole bunch of times. And it'll start working again. And that's exactly what I thought I did. I had pre-cut this piece, but I forgot I was going to do the little circle. So if you look where I would want this to sit, there's a gap, and that will bother me. So we'll save this for later. And so that's going to have to be about 3 inches. So take out the paper, and we'll do, needs to be 6 3/4 inches tall. I know you probably can't see what I'm doing, but I don't want to have to keep zooming out just to cut. So anyways, I cut it at 6 3/4 inches, and then I'm going to cut it at 3 inches. And I'll show you exactly what I have once. There. See? Everybody makes mistakes. You're not alone. Okay, so we have 6 3/4 inches by 3 inches. Then you need to round your edges. And I'm not inking my paper's edges. I don't know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm just not with this one because some of the papers are really light colored. So I just don't, they're like there's a light blue one. And Vintage Photo, I don't know. I don't think it would really look that great on that page, so I'm just going with no ink. And again, this is all going to be covered, so it's not a big deal. Future reference, we will ink all of the edges of pockets that we adhere to our pages before we adhere them. Okay, so once again, decorative paper, decorative paper, we just use ATG. Now I do it this way because when I slide this in here, that little part that we folded over is going to be covered up by this, so it can't catch anything. And just be very gentle. Try not to let it touch down and attach until you know you have it in the spot that you want it. And that looks about even everywhere. So, see how she's coming along? Looking good. I'm excited. Woo woo. Okay. Then, oh, don't lose that. I have this black ribbon. Alright, this is my piece that's gonna go here. And I'm gonna punch that out too. But I'm gonna take this and make like a belly band with this. Oh, I forgot. Okay, real quick, hopefully you haven't done it. Do this circle punch a little higher, like maybe just 1 inch to 1.5 inches from the top. It'll make it where you can center this a little bit better, because as you can see, mine I now can't because it would go right through there. So I'm going to have to put it a little bit lower or higher. I could try to just go through there. Let's just see. Alright. So I want about an extra inch on each side of the ribbon. So we're going to wrap it around the back of the pattern paper. So if you want this dead center, just kind of put your half circle higher, which is what I did in my other one. I I had a memory lapse on it. So I need to go ahead and get this punched. Alright, how am I going to do this? Okay. What I'm trying to do, there, that worked. Sweet. I'm just trying to get a mark as to where the one on the craft cardstock is, because I want to go just a little bit lower than it so that it kind of, oh, and see what I did is I used my bone folder and there's a little crease now. So I want to go a little bit past my crease so that way I still have my little, because you see how I'm leaving a little border around the pattern paper, so I'll still have a little border there. Sorry, concentrating. Okay. So that's pretty good. All right. I'm just drawing some faint lines. I might mess this up. I'm just going to warn you. So don't try it till you see if I can get it right. Because my circle punch is the same size, it was obviously closing in on itself. Because they were closing down to be the same size. You might want to do like this is a 1.5 inch. Maybe do 1.5 inch on your cardstock and then use a 2 inch on your pattern paper. It might give you a little bit better, so you don't have to do that freehand. But what I did, and I have to erase these little lines because you can still kind of see them. And just get this lined up where it's going to be on the page. That's about it. So you can see I just made some little lines. You can kind of still see them, maybe not on the camera. And then I just freehanded it to get it to give me that little extra space. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just going to erase that line. So, see? Now I have, it's not perfect, but if you wanted perfect, you'd have bought it in a store instead of made it. So, so now I just need to figure out I wonder would look like if I put it right through there. Yeah, it's going to make that freehand that I just did completely pointless. So, let's see. And we're going to put big photo mats in here. So that's why I'm thinking of going to the top with it. Normally I would have loved to have gone right through the center. That would have been it. But now I got to improvise. So let's see. Do we like that? Or, see, this is just going to be way too low. Yeah, that's just too low. So I think what I'll do is I'll just do it right at the top of, like literally right where that circle ends. And I'm just using some good old Scotch tape to hold it down. Now here's the tricky part, is pull it tight. Without bending your paper up. And it's bowing a little bit, but we'll take care of that. Man, okay. I was just checking to make sure I was on the in frame, at least slightly. I'll get better at these as I do them. And I'm going to add some extra just to hold it down, since like I say it's bowing a little. Alright, and then just get her lined up. And flatten it out. Clear some of this stuff over there. And it's a little crooked, so I'm just trying to I know I sit here and say if I wanted it perfect I'd have bought it in the store, but then I see it crooked and I start trying to change it, right? That's just crazy me. There, that looks better. That looks really cute. Okay, so maybe the mistake of forgetting I wanted to put it through there is turning out to be a good mistake. And I have some of this Scrap Perfect Best Glue Ever. And it really is really awesome glue. And I'm just going to put a little bit under there because it was sticking up. And I must have just missed that corner with not getting adhesive on it, and with that ribbon pulling on it, it's taking a little bit of a toll on that corner. Oh, it's right here. I don't remember if this glue dries unsticky or not, but I'll just hit it with my little pouch. Take care of it. Okay, so now the last part, I will do all of the sorry, I thought I heard my husband took our two oldest out to the movies tonight and I thought I heard them at the door. So, okay, I will do all the photo mats at the end, because I'm just going to do a mass production line basically. But what you need, because this little band alone is not going to hold your photo mats from going shoop right out the bottom. So we created a little thing that we're going to put down here at the bottom to hold them in. Now what I've done is they're just about 3/4 circle punches. And then I put a little piece of score tape in the middle of this one. And this I'm not going to worry about trimming up like that. Oh, sugar. But I do need to ink it. So, and my husband just texted me and said that they're watching the credits right now, so they went to see Iron Man 3, so it's one of those movies you have to sit through the credits because they always have that little hidden scene at the end. So, and it's my 4-year-old's first time going to the movies. He's the one that I spoke of on the last video that he's a little delayed. They call it a global developmental delay. It's just basically he's delayed in more than one field, and it's his speech, his speech, his fine motor, and his social skills are a little behind. Alright, I'm going to trim this. So, but we've been working on getting him the... Okay, hi, I'm back. My camera died. So I had to recharge it, and then I didn't get any crafting time yesterday. So I recorded the first part on Sunday, and it's now Tuesday. I kind of watched the first part of the video so I could see where it cut off on me. And I was saying that I was going to trim this, so I did. But first I want to clarify. I said that this was a 3/4 circle. Well, it's a 1.5 inch circle. But I cut about 3/4 of it. So like when I put my paper in here, I went to about the 3/4 mark and then cut. So, but it's a 1.5 inch circle. And if you have like a 1 3/4 inch circle and a 2 inch circle, or a 1 3/4 and a 1.5, if you have them where they're a 1/4 inch difference, then I would cut the craft out of the bigger one and the pattern paper out of the smaller one, because it would give you this type of effect where you'll have a full little 1/4 inch border. But I'm not that picky. So with this, what we're going to do, so I trimmed it down yeah, the whole thing's about 1 inch now, from the top of the craft to the bottom of the whole thing. So that's what it looks like. And we're just going to attach it a little off-centered, because let me zoom out just a little. That's in. Might get this camera straight someday. We'll see. I'm going to off-center it just a little bit because I kind of want it more centered between where this pull tab is and this, because that's where your photo mats will go. And yes, I'm trying to talk low because my little man is down for a nap right now. Normally, in my first one, I used 1/8 of an inch score tape. And I don't know what I want to, if I want to use 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to go with 1/8 of an inch. It's holding in the other one just fine, so. And you just put a strip, my end, I'm off, sorry. Put a strip right along the very bottom. And then just rip it off. And then I am just going to make sure it's on there really good. Okay, and then just peel it up. And we're going to find our, like I said, I'm more trying to center it here. I'd say it looks about good. And then you want it flush with the very bottom of the page. There. Now, sorry, knocked my glue gun over. Now, a photo mat will go down in like that. Here, turn it over so you can see. And it'll get caught there, and it won't fall out. And this will hold it this way, and this holds it from falling out the bottom. And just the way I do it is because with that being tape and not a liquid glue, I just don't shove it down in there because, as you know, score tape never dries, so it could stick to your photo mat. So, alright, so there we have it. The first front page is done. I may put an embellishment here or there, but I'm going to create the main. There'll be some pages that I'll embellish as I create it, but something like this, because to me it's nice and clean looking. So to me this could be complete. With no embellishments, to me this looks nice. But I may put like maybe one of the little chipboards on a corner here or something, or maybe some bling or a flower, I don't know. But my main focus right now was we'll go through and we'll get all the front and backs of the pages done. And then, like I say, some will embellish along the way, but others maybe we'll go back and embellish later. Just because it may not be something that's jumping out to me saying, oh yeah, put that on there. And so it's one of those things you just kind of play it by ear. So another thing with watching the first part of the video, I've noticed I lose my train of thought rather easily, like when I'm telling a story and trying to do something here. I notice like I may completely stop talking and maybe even forget where I'm at. It's just kind of me. I'm not the best multitasker. So bear with me. I'm going to work on it, but this is a good practice for me for like after my boys are all in school and I go back into the work field or something, learn to multitask better. Used to be really good at it, but I swear as I've gotten older I suck at it. So front of our first page, it looks good. So once again, let me just show you all this. minialbumscraps.ning.com. Free to join, free to swap. We also have the G45 pre-orders going on right now for Steampunk Spells, which is a steampunk Halloween themed paper and embellishments. It's like you can get the whole set. The paper, 12x12, 8x8. The chipboards, the tags and pockets, the banners, all 3 stamp sets. Chipboards, flowers. I'm forgetting something. I know I am. I guess I should have wrote this down before I started talking about it. The 2 paper packs. Oh, the 6x6 solids and patterns. The banners, the tags and pockets, the flowers, both chipboards, 3 stamps. It's the whole entire line that they make. And at Mini Album Scraps, you can order the whole line for, I believe it's $98. It retails for $109, and we sell it for it's either $98 or $99. If you go to minialbumscraps.ning.com, all the information, prices, what we offer, because you can just buy just the paper or just the chipboards or just the stamps. So if you go to the home page, you will be able to see all the prices, but you must be a member of MASS to get those prices. So check out the site. It's a great place. And then you can, my blog is razorsharpcrafts.blogspot.com. I'm horrible at keeping it up to date. My New Year's resolution was to be better about uploading to my YouTube channel and doing my blog, and it's May and I'm still failing at that. But I shouldn't make it a New Year's resolution, because I don't think I've ever kept a New Year's resolution. I should just make it a resolution. But please check out my blog, because I will get good at it, hopefully soon. So I'm going to stop talking now and go down to my computer and put these pieces of the video together and get them loaded on YouTube so you guys can actually watch this. So stay tuned for part 3. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.